Hello, today is Monday, February 13th, and it's time for my weekly update. And I am very happy to tell you that I lost 2 pounds. So now I'm down to 267, which is 39 and a half pounds totally I've lost since I started back in July of 2015. I know that was a long time ago, but you know what? At least I'm not 39 and a half pounds heavier. That's the way I look at it. So I feel pretty good about that. I'm so glad I did join Weight Watchers. I really wish I would have joined it a lot sooner than I did. But, I'm stubborn. I'm like a mule. I'm just so stubborn. And I don't find that there's things that I'm depriving myself of. Because even if I want a can of pop, which I had 2 of them yesterday, which is bad, really bad. I figured into my points and move on. I don't have any guilt. I do have guilt for yesterday. If you watch my daily vlog, you'll find out. Well, you'll find out on this first, if you watch this one first, because I put this one up before my vlog. But I had a terrible eating day yesterday. I don't know why. I wasn't depressed. I wasn't sad. I wasn't eating to substitute for feelings. I just ate. I don't know why. I think, to be honest, I think the reason I ate so much is I was going to justify it for the fact that I'm having a colonoscopy this week. There's nothing wrong with me. It's just a routine exam I get every 5 years. We've had colon cancer in our family, and so since I've been 50, I go every 5 years just to as a precaution. And knock on wood, been very fortunate that I think the last time they found a couple polyps, but they were benign, and they took care of them right then during the colonoscopy, so there was no big deal. But back on the track of why I think I ate so poorly yesterday is I can't eat at all on Wednesday. And well, they say I can eat Jell-O. I'm not a big fan of Jell-O. I can have chicken broth. I'm not a big fan of chicken broth. Popsicles, I might have a popsicle or two. What else can I have? They said I could have clear pop, but I don't want to. No, I'm not going to do that because I like I can have 7-Up or Sprite, which I do like, but I don't want to. I don't want. No, that'd be a substitute. So I probably will just be drinking my black tea and my water for most of Wednesday and Thursday, and and then anyway, my procedure's not till 1:30. So by the time I get home from the hospital after it's at the hospital, but it's, not in the hospital. Well, whatever. But by the time I get home, it'll probably be 4:30 or 5 o'clock. And I'll probably just have eggs or something light because, like when your stomach is really empty, if you eat, you get, at least I do. If it's completely empty like that, I get sick. So just, I'll probably have scrambled eggs or something very light and then ease way back into my normal diet. So I do think that I'm going to lose weight. And so I thought I'd justify it by eating poorly yesterday. And that's not the way to do it. It's just not. I really am ashamed of myself that I did it. But I'm moving on. I had my shame yesterday. Today's a new day. Shame's behind me. So I'll move on. I've already planned my meals for today. I'm going to eat healthy. And that's all I can do. Yesterday's in the past. You can't change. The way you change the past is to know how to change, to make a, wait a minute. The way you can change the past is to remember the mistakes that you made in the past and don't commit them again in the future. So that's my plan. I know I made mistakes yesterday and I don't plan on making those mistakes in the future. So I'm going to live and learn from my past. And I've had a long past, and I've had a lot of bad eating for the last 66 years. Well, I can't even really say I ate poorly for 66 years. My mother put us on had a really good diet. It wasn't until I got out on my own that I was my own worst enemy. My mother had healthy meals. We always had a dessert, which maybe that did it. I don't know. But we had healthy meals. And I think the fact that I love vegetables and my kids love vegetables, that she did instill something good on us because we're a big fruit and vegetable. I'm a big fruit eater anyhow, but a big fruit and vegetable eater. And I attribute that to my mother's cooking because we always had a protein and we always had a starch and we always had a couple vegetables. And then as a reward, we got dessert, which was bad. But you know, it's neither here nor there. I don't ever want to imply I had a poor childhood, because I really had a really good childhood. If I could live it all over again, I'd go back in a minute. I really had a good childhood. But, so anyway, I knew that I ate poorly yesterday, and I knew that I had to make some sort of amends for it today besides my diet. So I knew I had to walk. So I did get out and walk. The sun is out. It's really nice out. It was a little breezier than I thought, but once I started walking, I took my gloves off, took my hood off my coat, or off my head. You know, I had the hood for my coat up. But, and it was really nice. It was icier than I thought, and this is how I thought I was going to end up. I really thought that this is what you're going to find Sandy on the ground looking like this, because I had my hat on, I had my big old nose sticking out, and but I didn't wear skates, which with all that ice I probably should have had some ice skates on. But you know, I could see the ice coming up, and I walked around it, and I managed. I got home. I didn't fall, and so I don't know. I'm in such a good mood. I really am. I'm so happy that I'm doing well. I hope that all you guys are doing well. I like when you tell me how much you've lost, because it gives me encouragement too that you're losing too. And that's all I can say. I'm looking forward to, because when I went the other day, I went to Kohl's. I needed to get some new bathroom rugs, and I bought a lasagna pan, because I really like the Rachel Ray lasagna dishes, the ceramic dishes, and they had them on sale, so I bought one. But I kind of walked over to the clothes, and of course you got to walk past the juniors and the petites and the women, no, not the women's, the misses, to get to the women's department. When the women's department is just a fancy way of saying fat, or overweight, or X, 2X, 3X, 4X. And as I was proceeding along, the clothes they were started off really cute, and then and then by the time you get to the big stuff, it's it gives you no desire to go shopping for clothes. I don't have a problem with my weight as far as how I look, but I do like to be able to go into a store. I want to go into a regular store. I don't want to go into the women's section of a store. I want to go into, you know, like even Old Navy. I can't fit in Old Navy. You know, I really can't. And you know, but near me they're building a new mall, and it's supposed to have some really nice stores in it once it's getting built. And for one, I'll like it because it's close and I'll be able to walk there. I'm not walk to the mall, but I'll be able to walk in the mall. It's a closer mall than any that are around me. And I just want to be able to walk into any, like Banana Republic, The Gap, Eddie Bauer, any of those, you know, any nice store. I want Macy's. I want to be able to go into those kind of stores and not go into the women's department. Even JCPenney's. JCPenney's doesn't really have a nice women's section as far as the clothes I like. But that's my goal. Next year, I'll be rocking new clothes. My family will be amazed that I've thrown away clothes that I've had for 20 years. They're my comfort clothes. But as I get to each size, this time, which I haven't done in the past, but this time I am doing, if they're, you know, well, most of my clothes, I'll admit, are very old and they're not worthy of being donated. But if I have something that's worthy of being donated, I'll donate it. But for the most part, I just throw them away. I don't keep them. I have no intentions of going back into those sizes, so what's the point? And that's just what I'm going to do. That's my plan. That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. So once again, I lost 2 pounds. I'm very happy about that. If you got any suggestions for me to lose more weight, stay on my program. I'm more than willing to hear them. I like when you hit the like button. That helps me out. I always like your comments. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Join us on our journey. There's quite a few of us now. And share if you think it'll help somebody. I am doing the Weight Watchers program. Denise is doing the Simply Filling, which is working really well for her. So if you want to check out her video, she only puts up a video on Sundays. So look for her videos on Sundays, and she talks about the Simply Filling. And challenge me on Fitbit. I'm starting to walk a little bit more now, and that's the way it's going to go. I'm going to do it. So thanks a lot, guys.